I'm Ingrid Smith, a reporter with McCallum Journalism. Today I'll be interviewing District 9 at-large school board candidate Heather Toolin. Hi Heather, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Ingrid. It is such an honor to be here, and thank you so much for taking time to do this.
Is there a particular issue that motivates you to serve on the board?
Yes, there is. I would like to get back to the basics of education. I believe in an enriched curriculum, and I want to see that happen again. I want to see a curriculum that is well versed with math, science, reading, and history.
How do you plan to address that issue or concern?
I plan on addressing that issue with open communication with the staff of AISD and open channels with the parents.
How can a Board of Education best communicate with its constituent groups? How will you engage the community?
I will work on having open communication with my colleagues and the superintendent to best serve everyone.
As a board member, where would you look to make budget cuts?
Well, there is in the energy, the school districts spend about 30% more energy than they need to. So I would like to look into getting more renewable energy.
How would you determine your budget priorities?
By communicating with the other trustees on the board.
Are there any areas you would not consider cutting?
There is a lot of push on school closures, so I've heard a lot of people say that they're against that. So I want to support and serve the people, and that is one area where I know it's touchy, so probably wouldn't do that.
How will you keep constituents updated on the superintendent search? How will you prioritize community feedback on the search process?
Okay, the superintendent search is one of the toughest tasks that the school board does, and we need to have it be very transparent for all parents to see, and we need to collaborate with the school board to make sure that we select the proper candidate.
How do you think Dr. Mays is doing in his role as interim superintendent?
I'm very happy with him. I have met with him and discussed what his 100-day plan is, and I think that he would be a good candidate to really look at.
How familiar are you with the curriculum being taught in Austin ISD? Do you have any specific changes you would want to see made in our school's curricula?
I have 2 students in Austin ISD, and I am happy with the curriculum for the most part. I will say that I am not happy with all SEL class curriculum that they teach, and I would like to see more transparency there and more opt-out forms. I also really do not like the surveys that they push on the students.
What is the role of schools in teaching children about topics such as sex education, cyber safety, LGBTQIA+, wellness, bullying, social and emotional learning?
I think that it is good, but parents need to have the choice to opt out on curriculum that they don't agree with.
What place does pride have in the classroom?
Pride in the classroom? I'm fine with pride in the classroom.
How should the district address underperforming schools?
We should listen and collaborate with the superintendent, because every situation is unique, and we just need to decide what the best solution is for each and every school.
What are your thoughts on Austin ISD's programs for special education, English language learners, economically disadvantaged graduation rates?
Well, I think that for the most part we're doing pretty good. I do know that by 2026 that we will have 60% of the students up to level on reading and math.
The STAR testing is a state requirement. Please comment upon the amount of testing currently required and how you would address some families' concerns about too much testing.
The STAR test measures how the teacher is performing, and it is a good measure to see how everybody is doing. I do think that the parents should be able to opt out of the STAR test if they don't agree with it.
How do you see AISD responding to the competition of charter schools and private schools?
Well, I do see a lot of students leaving Austin ISD, and they're not leaving because they're happy. So I think that it's something that we really need to take a look at and get to the root of the problem.
How would you address issues concerning equity in the district if elected?
I do a lot of work with a lot of nonprofits in the community, and I would continue to bring in a lot of groups and welcome them into Austin ISD. There is a lot of really good nonprofits in the community. I was a member of Impact Austin for 7 years, so I got exposed to all the really great grassroots nonprofits that are out there and available to the entire community.
Under the potential 2022 bond, what is the most important issue to be addressed?
The schools, and that will, if we can get the buildings sustainable with renewable energy and have really good, great learning environments, that will attract new teachers and new talent, and it will also free up a lot of money for us to give teachers raises.
In light of the recent tragedy in Uvalde, how do you plan to protect Austin ISD students?
Well, I think that Austin ISD has a very good, robust security department, and I'm very impressed with that. I do know that some of our schools do not have proper security in their schools, and that needs to be addressed.
Due to Robin Hood, AISD is deep in a budget deficit. What would you do to address this?
I think that recapture needs to be taken a look at and revisited, and we need to free up some of our recapture money to back into the district.
In light of the ongoing fentanyl epidemic, what is your plan to address narcotic-related tragedies in schools?
Education, educating the students, telling them that, giving them drug education.
How would the changes you make affect students, and why should they care?
The changes that I would make, I would not make any changes. It would be me and the board, and we would collaborate together. The job of a trustee is to manage the superintendent, and the superintendent manages the entire district. So that would fall under him.
What makes you the best candidate, and why should Austin vote for you?
I am the best candidate because I truly want to serve everyone, not just one specific group. I want to serve all and be fair to everyone. That includes our Pride community, our athletes, our people that have come from other countries to Austin ISD. Everybody needs to have a voice. Every single taxpayer needs to be heard, and everyone needs to be respected. And I do not see that happening in our current environment.
Do you have anything else you would like to add?
Thank you for the interview, and I hope that you all decide to vote for Heather Toolin.